Welcome to After the Call, the podcast dedicated to the stories and struggles behind the badge, the turnout gear, and the uniform. Each week, we'll bring you a powerful conversations with first responders, mental health professionals, and advocates who are breaking the stigma, sharing their journeys, and offering real solutions. We'll talk about PTSD resilience, family impact, and the resources that can make a difference. Because the job doesn't just leave scars on the body, it affects the mind, the heart, and the people who serve alongside us. And no one should have to carry that burden alone. This is After the Call, where you'll find strength through resilience.
All right, weirdos, we're back on another episode of After the Call. I'm your host, Patrick. I got the big cheese.
Veronica.
Josh.
T-Rex arms.
Josh.
And today we got Kent. Before we get started, I did want to give a quick shout out to this week is Telecommunication Week. So we had some sponsors that donated for the gift baskets. So I wanted to give a shout out to Jamie from McCrumman's Bakery. We have McKenna and Richard from the TRT spot. And then we have Frank and Nicole. Who else am I missing? Oh, and Alma. She's a coworker. All right. So.
Well, hold on. Also, give the shout out to the dispatchers and everyone who works.
Yeah, you know, the people who the week belongs to, Patrick.
Yes.
Thanks.
Well done.
No, we obviously appreciate everybody that does the hard work. It's not an easy job. So, yeah, you guys are definitely the lifeline, I guess, yes. Right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they give us what we need on scene.
I mean, they are the biggest pain in the ass, too.
Of course.
I mean, I'm just going to say it.
Of course.
I'm going to throw that out there. But
have you ever worked a shift where you get the wrong dispatcher for that day?
Yeah.
And it's just so much harder.
Yep.
We appreciate you good dispatchers.
10 hours just turned into
you have this unit going 8 miles that way and this unit going 2 miles that way. It's why don't we just...
Well, then you're like, all right, I'm going to be logging off soon. They're like, let me
by
dispatch
the way,
you.
here's the DP.
All right, am I forgetting anybody else?
No.
All right. Can we start?
We can also announce that we're giving baskets to MCSO this week and Coolidge PD's dispatchers.
Yes.
So, all right, I'm done. Zapped.
The big cheese is done. All right, so we have Kent from Alpha Response Network.
Yes, sir. Alpha Responder Network. Same thing.
No, I want to make sure I'm doing this the right thing. We will definitely not edit that out. I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right.
We're not high quality like you.
That's
So we got connected through a mutual friend, James. I thought it was really cool. And I've been watching your videos for a while, which is funny. And then as soon as he was like, "Oh, have you talked to this guy?" I'm like, "No, I haven't." So it got us connected, which is cool. So now we got you on here. We're going to talk a little bit about maybe your history and stuff, and then kind of all the stuff you're doing with the network. So
yeah, I love it.
All right, so who
Table's
are you?
Mine.
Give us a little background.
So let's see, man. I guess I'll start back from the beginning. I was born in Cambridge, England, and my dad was in the Air Force, military, the American Air Force. He was stationed in England and met my mom over there. And of course I was conceived there. Moved to the States when I was about 3 years old. So I don't remember much of it, at least my upbringing. But every other summer when my dad got out of the military, he retired from the military, worked for Continental Airlines at the time. So every other summer we'd be flying back to England to go visit family. And my dad was a rancher. He grew up in Silver City, New Mexico. So I had this very interesting upbringing, working on a ranch. And then the next summer, I'd be living this more proper, posh lifestyle in England. Very, very weird. But I would say I much prefer the ranch lifestyle.
Nice.
It's a good. It held me up. It helped make me grow a lot quicker. So at a very young age, my dad had a little camera that I played with. So got to play with cameras from a very young age, and it kind of morphed into now what I do. And I always knew, I remember very vividly, we lived in Houston, Texas at the time, and why my parents would allow me to watch Cops, the TV show, I have no idea. But I remember at 8 years old watching Cops and just being mesmerized by it. And I knew at a very young age I was either going to be in law enforcement or I was going to be filming with cops. Because, again, by this time I had already been using cameras. And so fast forward, I started a production company, probably in high school. And, just doing little gigs here and there, weddings and all those starter jobs. And then got connected with the fast forward later. Well, then I created this business. It became pretty successful. And I was like, hey, guys, I'm going to leave for a little bit. I'm going to get some military training because I wanted to be a police officer. But I decided to go the military route first, become an MP, get some, I always, from what I understood, your chances of getting hired on were greater if you were to have a little bit of military experience.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I joined the Army, went to Fort Leonard Wood for basic, got my training as an MP, did 6 years of that, and then tried to get hired on with DPS, got all the way through, and they basically said, hey, but hey, Kent, we've gone with a different candidate this time. So I was like, oh man, that sucks. And that was the last time I tried. It kind of put a damper in what I was trying to do. So the next thing I knew, and I'm not one of those guys, I am persistent, but a friend of mine, he was high up in DPS. He's like, hey, Kent, just keep trying over and over and over. That's what they want to see. They want to see that you really want it. And at this time, I was already back in film production. It was making really good money. So I was just like, nah, I don't know, man.
You made the right decision.
At least you didn't become a firefighter.
So, I just kind of tabled that and went after my production business. And fast forward another few years, met Mark Lamb, Sheriff Mark Lamb, now retired, through our mutual friend James. Mm-hmm. And Mark came to us asking, hey, do you guys want to, at the time he had another crew filming his show, American Sheriff Network. Mm-hmm. And it was super expensive. I think he was paying like $60,000 a month or something for production, which is kind of on the cheaper end, believe it or not.
I mean, that's our budget here, so I get it. That's about what we're paying.
Yeah. Just outrageous numbers. So we stepped in saying, hey man, we could do that for half the cost, and we're a local crew, we can do this. So that's how the conversation started. We ended up tabling that idea. He reached out to me, Mark Lamb, and said, hey, Turning Point USA just contacted me. They want to film a documentary about the border. I'm going to be the main protagonist, and we're going to go to different agencies across the country and film. Are you interested? I was like, fuck yeah, I'm interested. So we met, we went down to Turning Point in Phoenix, met Charlie Kirk, and dude, I want to talk about Charlie real quick, because I don't get to share this often, but Charlie hadn't even seen any of our previous work before. We were just some camera crew. Of course, he had heard good things about us.
Yeah.
My business is called Cine 48, my production business. We just had a conversation probably for an hour or so with him and his CMO and all these other people, and they gave us a chance, which is crazy not to not see our work previously. Charlie was, he's responsible for a lot of this. I mean, obviously Sheriff Mark Lamb too, he gave us a chance, but that kind of set the momentum for where I'm at now. So long story short, we go out for a year. We filmed this documentary with Sheriff Mark Lamb, Tom Homan. We were all over the place. Saw the craziest shit ever. Spent a lot of time in Texas with their Texas DPS, their aviation unit. constantly in helicopters flying around the border, and just saw some of the crazy stuff. A lot of these guys pushing the drugs up. We would land literally and just apprehend them. And I've got pictures of me in the helicopter with Tom Homan, and in between us is just what they call loads, but they were basically packaged giant sacks of what they called polys. There could have been fentanyl, there could have been weed in there, and all sorts of stuff, whatever they were pushing through. So yeah, long story short, did that for 2 to 3 years. Then it kind of segued doing some contract work for Newsmax, where we were still filming on the border. My production company kind of became the go-to for tactical run and gun style documentary filming, which was super cool. That was my dream.
Mm-hmm.
Did you grow into that through the opportunity, or were you like equipped for that style beforehand?
I was in the military, so I kind of already had that mindset, but we weren't necessarily equipped with that as far as the gear goes. It kind of morphed into that.
I would just say, like, walking around with these big
And we did, dude. We did. These cameras that we had are cinematic. So they're cinema cameras. So shoulder mounted, and if there was a pursuit of any sort through the desert, I was running my ass through these insane. It was insane. It was absolutely insane. But just beautiful shots, though. Just beautiful shots.
So how much are you able to say, like, how much these cameras cost? Because I'm sure there was brownouts and stuff like that from all the helicopter, landing in the desert. So
yes,
I'm sure that probably did not work well with your equipment.
No, it did not. In fact, that's a touchy subject.
Touch a nerve there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I actually ended my contracts early with Newsmax because of our gear always getting just screwed up. Constantly having to send gear in to get fixed, and they were not picking up the bill, so I had to end that.
So are they not responsible for that, or does that have to be in the contract?
It had to be in the contract, and unfortunately it was not in the contract, so kind of screwed ourselves. But our equipment got damaged all the time.
Wow.
And the camera that I was using is a Blackmagic G2. It's I've got like 40,000 into it, which is kind of the cheaper end for a cinematic camera, believe it or not. But it's perfect for the stuff we were doing to capture that cinematic that look. But yeah, so did this for a several amount of years. We wrapped that documentary up. It's called Border Battle. You can find it on pretty much most streaming platforms. I came home. I was working with Sheriff Mark Lamb at his home. At the time he was running for the Senate, or is that what he's running for now?
That's what he's running for now.
Yeah.
Okay, so Congress. He's running for Congress. I was at his house filming some stuff that he needed filmed, and we wrapped up, and he's like, "Hey, Kent, what are you doing now since the project's over?" And I was like, "Shit, dude, I'm back to just filming corporate bullshit that, makes really good money, but it's not fun. It's not the adrenaline I felt when I was running around with law enforcement, Border Patrol and all these guys."
Uh-oh.
Just seeing all the crazy shit, right? It just, it woke up this childhood memory of mine when I was watching Cops, and just knew that I wanted to be doing this stuff, right? So Mark was basically like, "Dude, why don't you go out with my deputies? Why don't you start your own YouTube channel, go out with my deputies, and it's all yours. Why don't you do that?"
That's awesome.
I was like, "Holy
Wow.
shit, you'd let me do that?" He's like, "Yeah, man." So that's how it started, dude. And I it's like a light bulb went off. I knew instantly that's what I was going to do. So fast forward now, we are next month we hit 2 years of when we started the channel. We're about to approach 140,000 subscribers, which I'm told is pretty good for a 2-year span. I don't know. The only time I used YouTube was for DIY stuff.
Yeah.
I was never a YouTuber. So it's still kind of new to me. In fact, I still don't to this day. I don't look at the analytics. I don't do any of that stuff. I've got a team of 6 who do all the social media stuff, all the editing. I just like to be boots on the ground, just out filming. That's my thing. That's all I know. And then of course I like to get a paycheck every once in a while, but
those are good.
those are important. Those are important. But yeah, that's kind of how it all started. And I can truly say that I am living my dream, my childhood, the dream that I had from my childhood.
That's pretty awesome.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, let's backtrack just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously MP in the Army, right? How was that training for you? Like, is it? I don't know what it compares to, like on a normal, like compared to like normal law enforcement,
Like a civilian side.
Yeah.
I guess I don't either. I don't know what the civilian side.
What kind of training did you go through? I mean, it was Army. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I know. It's not in depth as what you guys went through. You know, AIT I think was only 3 months, maybe a little less than that. I can't remember. It's been so long now. But just your standard stuff. Everything from how to apprehend people, clearing rooms, how to talk to people.
I mean, are you guys getting like DUI training?
Yes.
Drug
We're also getting DUI training.
All that stuff? Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's in depth. Like, this is how you do FSTs. It's more of, they kind of breeze over it. And I feel like once you get to your unit, that's when you're going to get most of your training. Which is what happened once I got to my unit. That's where they went more into depth. But I wouldn't say it's anywhere near what you guys go through. It's kind of cheesy, if I'm being honest.
I mean,
It's
some of our
pretty
training's cheesy
cheesy.
too. I'm not gonna lie.
There was a lot of days when nothing was going on, and what do they call that? Hip pocket training, where they would just say, "Hey, let's practice how to do this." I felt like I wasted a lot of my time in the military, and I could go into that too, but don't want to offend anyone. But I essentially,
that's what it's all about.
I essentially, the 6 years that I was in, kind of felt like I did nothing.
Where were you stationed at?
I was in the Guard, so I was actually out here.
Oh, okay.
But in Sunny Slope area. But I did a lot of trainings on the border. So the cool thing about what I got to do, I guess it had to do with my ASVAB score and also my PT training scores. I was able to get into the UAS program. So I was flying drones on the border, working with BP and stuff like that, looking for bodies crossing. And so I really enjoyed that part. That was the most fun I had, and I think I only did that for the last 2 years before I was about to re-up. And then it got to the point where, like, hey, are you gonna re-up? And I was like, I don't think so. I was actually losing a lot of money towards the later end of being in the Guard, because for those weekends, or what they call what's the month training called when you leave for a month? Shit.
We had a lot of guys.
I don't know. I was active duty, so I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, every year you leave. Is it every year or every 2 years? Anyways, you leave for an entire month and you're training. I don't know why that is skipping my memory right now, but yeah, I realized towards the later end of my military service that I was losing a ton of money because I was drills would be on the weekends, which for me is prime time to film. So I didn't end up re-upping my contract. So I got out and yeah, the rest is history.
All right. So then I guess we'll kind of leave that, because I was going to ask questions like if you had like on base or whatever, if you had to go to like DV type calls, what that kind of seemed like on base, because it's a little bit different than obviously civilian world. And I don't even know.
It's a lot different.
How like the, I guess, charging standard would be, because I know if you get in trouble like off base, you're getting boned, right?
Yep.
You're gonna deal with the civilian side, plus you're gonna deal with the military side.
That's right.
So I don't know like how it would work. You know,
Yeah, that's a
was
great
kind of
question.
Some questions, but
I didn't personally do any kind of policing on a military base. We went to military bases and trained with those guys, but never went out on patrol.
they were always dicks too.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. So yeah, I didn't get any experience doing that kind of stuff. But obviously, what I'm filming now, we go to a lot of DVs.
I like it. So let's dive into that then.
Yeah.
So obviously you did the border stuff down in Texas and stuff. What was I guess some of the better places that you got to go down there to get your quality filming?
Oh man, there's a lot of places.
Your money shots, I would say.
Yeah. El Paso was a huge area of a lot of crossings. McAllen, Texas, there was Eagle Pass. Eagle Pass is a hot spot. Holy shit. Tons of activity was going down over there. Yeah, those are the three areas that stand out the most right now. But yeah, I was there in Eagle Pass when, this is a couple years ago, when they were starting to put the I can never say that word, concertina wire. Yeah. And they were putting along the banks there at the Verde River. And of course there were just hundreds of people just trying to get in. And of course you had the guard there, then you had Texas DPS there, and whatever other agencies were there. It was insane, absolutely insane. And the sad part is you had a lot of people out there with kids, like babies, and it was hot as shit out there, hot as fuck. And I'll be honest, it made me sad, you know. But at the same time, it's like, dude, there's definitely a legal way to do this.
Sure, I mean,
you know.
But a lot of these folks feel that there is no other way.
Right.
Which is sad, you know.
100%.
I mean, you're bringing your kid across rushing water. I mean, kids drown all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, we hear all kinds of shitty things.
Yeah.
Not including, the coyotes taking advantage of people. Plus, now you got all kinds of crazy shit.
That's exactly right. Yeah. It was wild. It was an eye-opening experience for me, for sure. Growing up, I've been in Arizona since '95. I call Arizona home, and did not, until I started this project with Mark Lamb, had no idea the magnitude of the issue that was going on.
Yeah.
You know, I heard about it in the news, obviously, but once you're in it, you're like, oh shit, this is completely different of what the media is telling you, you know? But yeah, it was wild, man. It was wild.
I did my first ride along with Padel. And I remember the deputy I rode with didn't even have a DXT or a computer in his car. So everything was like, he would hear a call come on the radio, and he'd record it on his little recorder and then play it back, find the address on his map and drive out. But he took us down to like Little Mexico and stuff like that. And I was just like, this is totally different than what you see like in Queen Creek. Cause at the time it was Queen Creek, and then it turned into Santan Valley and stuff like that. And I was just like, this is fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you had no idea all the stuff that was running down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
People ran everywhere.
Oh yeah.
It was like fucking turn on a light and cockroaches go.
Oh yeah. Dude, I've my time with Pinal County, especially filming this documentary. It seemed like every other car that we pulled over there on the I-10, same thing. You get vehicles with bodies in them, and they just jump out. Some would go across the freeway, some would go into the desert. Got a lot of that kind of footage. It got to the point where it was just like, all right, we don't need any more of this footage.
This is boring now.
Yeah, it really was.
So are you still currently doing this with Pinal?
Oh yeah.
Good for you.
Yep. In fact, I just spent 2 days, Friday and Saturday night, filming the Country Thunder event. So I was out with their deputies just patrolling and just filming all the madness that goes on at Country Thunder.
That's wild. It's wild out there.
It is absolutely wild.
Do you get to pick who you ride with, or do they just assign you somebody?
This year was different. I did the previous year. I got to choose who I was with. This year, it seemed like the PIO just kind of said, "Hey, just show up and choose who you want to go with." I was like, "Okay." So I went with a deputy with Pinal County. Her name was Julie. I can't remember her last name, but and then an officer. They were paired together from Superior PD, Josh. Super good people. And I felt bad for him. I was like, guys, I know it's never comfortable having a camera with you guys, because I certainly, if I was in your position, I would say no to cameras, 100%.
Ride along period is never
Right.
fun.
Yeah, I believe it.
You got to be on your best behavior.
Yeah. Well, there are times where I will reach out to my team or some of my really good friends that I've made over the years doing this, and I'm like, dude, some days I just want to quit because I feel like having a camera, your guys' job is already way difficult, but having the added stress of having a camera capture everything that you're saying and doing is got to be just added stress.
But we're trained anymore, man, to just always assume we're on camera, though. You know what I mean? As first responders, like, everybody's got a camera immediately available, and we're kind of just trained to be.
Like when Axon first came out, I mean, that was fucking weird.
Yeah, I bet.
Because you're like, I'm never going to be able to talk the way I want to talk or whatever. And then it was the fear of like, is it going to be running the whole time? And how am I going to use the restroom? Like, all that stupid bullshit.
Right.
But that's not that bad. If anything, like you quickly realize the benefit of having it because of everybody having a cell phone now and only showing what they want to show.
Sure.
And not showing the total footage of whatever. Like, it's nice having like the backing of having everything.
I 100%. I hear that from everyone I talk to. They're like, dude, we're already being filmed. We're filming it on our own body worn cameras. There's no added stress. And that makes me feel better. And then there's the other part where, some of these deputies that we ride with often, and that's kind of what we're doing with the show. We're trying to build characters, right? There's one deputy that is one of my closest friends now. He's up in Navajo County, Cooper Stubblefield, and he's kind of become famous up in the Pine Top Sholo area. He'll pull over someone, or he's at a bar with his wife and people are buying him drinks and asking him for autographs. I'm like, dude, I apologize. I'm not trying to trying to put this on you, but stop being so damn good at your job at the same time. Just kidding. But I do feel bad that we are essentially creating this fame, but it's because they're so good at their job and people love these people. You should see the comments I read, and of course we have the trolls out there, but I would say 90% of the comments that we see, whether that's on YouTube or Instagram or whatever, they're all positive.
That's awesome.
And they're always rooting for a lot of these same deputies that we ride with, which has been great. So that makes me feel good. It makes me feel like we're changing the public's eye on law enforcement.
Yeah, I mean, you do the whole Fridays with Frank now, so everybody looks for Frank, and sees him at, Quick Trip or whatever, like, hey, let's take a picture, whatever.
Yes.
I'm sure, when he pulls like normal people over, they're always like looking for the cameras now. And they're like, hey, am I going to be on TV? Whatever. You guys aren't even there, but that makes sense. Yes. Who are your top guys you like riding with?
Oh man! Well, you mentioned Frank already.
I gotta put you on the spot.
You mentioned Frank already. I love riding with Frank, and I want to be careful riding with Frank as much as we do, because I want to show that what we've created isn't just Frank, right? We want to put the spotlight on other deputies. And of course not all deputies have or are even allowed to talk like Frank does. Frank is an anomaly. He has been granted that approach. I shouldn't say granted.
The creative license.
Yes, exactly. The creative license.
I don't even think he's doing anything like out of the norm.
I've talked to a lot of deputies in the state, and they're like, dude, our agency would never allow us to talk like that. And I agree with you. And
because it's not like he's walking up, he's like, driver's license, motherfucker. He's right. Like, he's just telling her how it is.
Right, 100%. And for whatever reason, that ruffles a lot of feathers, just the way he speaks. I will admit, when I first came across Frank's videos years and years ago, I was like, oh, this guy's kind of condescending, kind of a jerk. But I rode with him, a year and a half ago, and man, we became real close real fast. He's just a solid dude, one of the coolest guys you'll ever meet. So yeah, I love Frank. Get to hang out with him a lot. Cooper Stubblefield with Navajo County Sheriff's Office. God, there's so many, man. Every agency has their star guys, but even there's so many. La Paz County.
Are you typically with just sheriff's offices?
We are right now.
Okay.
We are right now. Only because we started with Pinal County SO. We find it much easier getting in with the SOs than we do with PD. Because with PD, we have to deal with the city council. Mm-hmm. So the chiefs are always, in fact, I just met with Chief Mike Pulley with Apache Junction PD. Super, super awesome guy, if you haven't met him. He's all on board, and we've met people like him all the time. I'm good friends with Chief Matt Thomas. He wants us. It's always the city council who are pushing back on cameras coming in.
Well, it's because all they need is one thing to happen, right. And their city is looked bad upon,
Well, they're usually anti-cops anyways.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
Yes, totally.
Fair enough.
And that's whatever.
We're making headway, especially with Apache Junction, Florence as well. We've been real close with Glendale. There's several departments who want us. It's just, I think also we're still young. Mm-hmm. Our channel's still young, although we're about to hit 140,000, but we are technically still a younger channel. So I think once we build up that credibility and show what we're doing. Oh yeah, Patrick, I think you said you worked. Oh no, you were fire mm-hmm. with Gila River.
Gila River. Mm-hmm.
So we're talking to their PIO right now about getting in with Gila River.
Oh, cool! Hell yeah, man! You'll have a good time out there.
Yeah,
Gila River. Oh boy!
And from what I understand, just talking to the PIO, that alone, because we're also talking with Salt River PD. Now you're dealing with the tribal council, mm-hmm. And that's been interesting to work out.
It's a high school diploma government.
It's totally different laws.
It's totally different
laws. Yeah.
Wild stuff out on the reservation.
Yes. So, that's why we work so much with SOs. Is they're just so welcoming. The sheriff is always the one who says, has the final approval. But it's going to happen working with PD. Mark Lamb, actually, he told me, dude, you'll never get in with Coconino Sheriff's Office. or DPS. I actually just rode with DPS a couple weeks ago. Had the most fun. We were in District 19, which is the Metro Phoenix area. Their night watch. It was a detail that they were doing, and I had never seen so much action in a span of 30 minutes. Like it was just back to back to back calls, just the craziest shit. And I always thought, you know, DPS were just sitting on the highways. Not these guys. These guys are District 19 specifically, the night watch guys. Those guys are going out and looking for the bad guys. That's all they do. And they're not just sitting on the highways. They work that whole area. And it was wild. I mean, I knew that we had a lot of issues in that area, but it just blew my mind away. There, cars, at least 50 cars were lined up. There were prostitutes on either side just lined up. I mean, it is crazy down there. Absolutely crazy. Why would I be down that way at that time of day? But
why wouldn't you? We need to look at the positives.
Yeah, it was just mind blowing as the shit that's going down there. But yeah, so DPS. Oh, that's what I was saying. So Mark was like, "Dude, good luck getting with Coconino," because Coconino had never had a camera crew in ever. We were the first to go in there.
Take that, Sheriff Lamb.
Right? Yeah, I actually
remember that time.
I actually called Mark. I was like, "Dude, you'll never guess what." He's like, "No way." So that was kind of, not to toot my own horn here, but that was kind of a cool moment for me to say that we were the first camera crew to go into Coconino.
Yeah, dude.
DPS, they hadn't had cameras with them in years and years. Live PD was the last, and that was at least 8 years ago. Mm-hmm. So that was a cool moment for me. Who else? There was another county. Anyways, we've hit these milestones. Oh, we're working with Maricopa County right now, talking to Chris Hedstrom. We're getting real close to getting in with Maricopa County. So that'll and they haven't had cameras since the Arpaio days. So that would be cool. They had a lot of problems. Yes, they had a lot of problems. Yeah. So we're working that angle. We're starting. We just got back from Alabama, filming out there with the Autauga County Sheriff's Office. Dude, that is the wild, wild west out there. Like, it is
even more so than here.
100%, man. Wow. 100%. Just even the policing styles is different. You know, the just the way they talk to the public, and it's crazy. A lot of stuff. I mean, you may see this stuff in Phoenix, but out there, even with county in the rural areas, you got these young dudes driving around dirty, and they're hiding the Glock with the 30 round mag. Mm-hmm. It's just crazy. It's crazy out there. We're actually getting ready to release our first Alabama episode next week, so I'm excited for that.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, we're starting to. We have this contact form on our website where any agency can reach out and say, "Hey, we'd love for you guys to come out." And yeah, we've been getting quite a few agencies reaching out.
Nice, good for you.
So, all right.
I think that's great. I mean, the public needs to see how policing is, right? Everybody's got their idea of what it is because of these, YouTube sensations or whatever. I wouldn't even say that, but they have like their 30-second clip of whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just paints the profession to be bad, and that's not how it is.
That's right.
Do you ever see, like, I presume you guys are going on the calls for service and
Mm-hmm.
capturing those things. What is it like when, for your crew, to see first responders after like a heavy call or something? Do you see that side of it as well?
Yeah, I do. Just about a month ago, we were up in Navajo County, and it was a suicide call, and yeah, and I've been to many. I've seen a lot of deaths since I've been doing this, but for whatever reason, this one hit home. Yeah, that one affected me a little bit. I won't lie. There's some things that I've seen that have affected me. I was in a, what's the county above La Paz County? Jeez, I haven't had my coffee yet, guys. Sorry. Mojave County. Sorry. So I was in Mojave County a couple months ago where this guy, he was an older gentleman, but he basically died right in front of us and in his home. And it's stuff like that, man. And his family was all there crying. And of course, I'm not filming this stuff. You know, if anything that we're called to involves children or even death sometimes, especially in someone's home, I always feel weird about filming. I just don't. And it sucks to have that, because the deputy's like, dude, you can film it. It's all good. But there's that human side. If I was going through a traumatic experience, I wouldn't want this dude with the camera to pull up and start filming me on my worst day, you know? So I get it. But at the same time, I want to show the public what first responders deal with on a daily basis. Like, that is important to me.
Yeah.
That paints the picture of why first responders are the way they are. You know, they're built differently. They see the most traumatic experiences than anyone else does in the public. And it's important for me to show that. But some of the stuff I don't want to show, you know, I don't feel comfortable showing it. So, to answer your question, yes, it does affect me. I've called my wife several times after seeing something pretty crazy, and I'm just like, babe, I love you. Like, this shit is it's taking its toll on me. So with your experience working alongside first responders and police officers, but not, you know, being the one to deal with it, just kind of third party being in the background, what would your advice be to first responders? Like, what do you feel like you've been able to see from a third party perspective that we can't see for ourselves when it comes to the difficulties of the job or the trauma or how we process, or
like, do they, after
what are we doing wrong?
Do you hear any discussion, or are they just typical put it away and on to the next?
Man, it's a great question, guys. I know for me it's alcohol.
What kind?
Whiskey guy. Man, that's an excellent question. I'm a firm believer in kind of what you were telling me, Patrick, is and I know not every, anyways, we can get into that later if we want, but yeah, I guess just talking to, for me, it's my wife. It's my best friend. It's having these conversations and having a partner who wants to listen, who cares to listen, right? That's all I could ask for.
Does your spouse have military or first responder background?
She does not.
Okay.
No.
Because we've talked about that a few times. You know, is it important to tell a spouse the hard calls or not? How far do you dive into it? How do you shelter them, or do you just unload? You know.
Yeah, it's a great question, man. I know for me, everyone's going to be different. I tell her everything. I do. And she's willing to listen. Good. And though she's not necessarily always giving me pointers or tips and how to process this, but she's just a listening ear.
And sometimes that's all you need.
That's all you need. And so, yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's a real tough one. But I think definitely talking to someone that you love and trust is probably the best.
Is there anything you've seen a police officer do that you know isn't the right way to handle it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, those episodes don't usually go well. Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, those don't typically go out. We of course want to put first responders on the good light. That's our thing. In fact, everything that we film, and I can honestly say that I would say 9 times out of 10, deputies are doing what they're exactly what they're supposed to be doing. They don't make mistakes. So that's been the cool part. There have been some things where I'm just like, I don't know if this is going to look good, because being on the side I'm on, I already know what the comments are going to look like. People are either going to be shitting on this guy or they're going to be super positive. Been doing this long enough to know what the comments are going to be, right? So, yes, there have been some guys that I'm just like, yeah, we can't put this out. But
you have a whole like day of recording. You're like, yeah, we didn't get shit.
Pretty much. It is rare. It doesn't happen often, but
it's a good blooper reel.
Yeah. But the cool thing is, and I think that's why we're getting so much traction right now. Not even traction. So much agencies are now reaching out to us, because everything that we put out there has to be approved by the SO. Has to be. So we'll create this little episode, typically anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes. We send the rough draft to the SO, to their PIO, and they take a look at it and get back to us within a couple days with an approval. Very rarely will they come back and say, hey, maybe take this part out. But yeah, that's important to us. In fact, we take it a step further. We send it to the deputy first that we rode with and say, hey, dude, is there anything you don't like in this, before we send to admin?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
that's really cool.
Yeah. And
I wish we could do that with like Axon. Be like,
right, let's review first and then upload.
But yeah, that's kind of how we do it. I think that's why we found so much success. Any new agency we ride with, we always send them an email and say, hey, here's a list of SOs we've ridden with. Don't take my word for it. Give them a call.
Yep.
See what their experience was like working with us. And I hope it's all positive. I mean, I get emails from agencies all the time saying, Kent, this person sent us an email, watched an episode, and just congratulated the deputy on whatever it was, right? And those are feel good moments for me. That's to know
awesome.
that our content is making a difference.
I was going to ask, like, what do you think is the benefit to what you do for the agency itself? Like, having you on scene and doing what you do, what do you think is the benefit and how that reflects for the agency that's brought you on?
Yeah, I know on the PR side, it's great for them.
That's cool.
Yeah, like I said, we're getting emails all the time, but not even that. In the comments alone, I'm seeing things like, Kent, thank you so much for highlighting Arizona law enforcement. Stuff like that all the time. I mean, I could show you guys tons of it, but yeah, it's I think it's doing a really good job. PR, not just PR, recruitment. I see a lot of people emailing agencies saying, hey, I saw this episode, would love to try out with you guys, lateral over or whatever.
That's cool.
And then with the younger audience, that is kind of one of our main goals, is to get the younger generation interested in law enforcement. And of course, we can see the analytics of who's watching, the different ages, but we have a lot of young people watching our stuff, which is great. So
I think it's starting to be more desired again to be a cop. We went through a rough lull.
Yes.
And I think to your point, with when you were a child watching cops, I think that also was a point in time where that generation of kids was watching also and thinking like, that's going to be cool shit,
Totally. Absolutely.
Totally. Yeah. So it's been cool to be on my end, to see the impact that our content is doing for everyone, the law enforcement side. But that's another thing. I'm constantly hearing, God, I feel like I'm just toot my own horn here all the time.
This is the Ken hour. Enjoy it.
No, I hear from a lot of law enforcement that our videos have also become training for them, because one of the guys, Cooper Stubblefield, he has it down to a science how to get someone out of the vehicle, right, or just apprehend someone. People are constantly like, man, I love watching the episode, seeing how Cooper does it. And again, that's another cool moment. I didn't realize our episodes are going to be training other law enforcement. It's just really cool. It's really cool.
Just by showing a guy in his day-to-day how he gets the job done, and things he's learned. That is cool. Yeah, that is really neat
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, most of the videos that we've seen were all the cheesy stuff, and you're like
corporate,
Or especially when you look back on them now, and you're like, wow.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's good. That's really. I know you were saying that you didn't create the content to create these superstars and these individuals, but that's. I mean, they're creating it on their own, right? They're doing the good work. You're capturing it.
That's right.
It is what it is.
That's 100% accurate.
So that's cool.
Yeah, guys, I use this term probably way too often, but it's the most fun you can have with your clothes on. I absolutely love what I'm doing right now. I'm just on cloud 9. It is a lot of work, I won't lie, especially with YouTube. If you want to stay within the good graces of the YouTube gods, you gotta put an episode out every week. Or more if you can. I just don't have the bandwidth for that, or the financial bandwidth. But there's a lot of stress that goes with it. Definitely lost a lot of hair. Definitely going a lot more gray. But I'm, like I said before, I'm doing exactly what I feel like I was born to do. Having a camera in my hand and hanging out with my friends who are fucking badasses. So
that's cool.
Oh yeah, dude.
I wish I could say that.
Oh come on, I'm right here.
Right? I take offense too.
I'm just kidding. I enjoy it. At least for the camera.
Absolutely.
No, that's cool. So is there any episodes that would stand out to you of something that was like super
impactful,
hairy, like just close call, like you're like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm capturing this on camera? Because I'm sure you've had plenty of those moments, right? But
yes.
What is something that really stood out for you? That
give us the episode.
The episode.
Point people to your favorite work.
Oh man, that's tough. There have been some episodes where this one always stands out in my mind. I don't know why, but it was more of a. Had to film this a year and a half ago. It did not do well. I think it's sitting at like 22,000 views.
Awful. That's what it is.
Boo. It could be less than that. I'm pretty sure it's less than that. But in Navajo County, in the Pine Top area, there was it was a wild night. A lot of back-to-back calls, but there was a house that went up in flames, and two older people. The gentleman wasn't able to get his wife out in time, and she died in the fire. And it was just complete madness. As soon as we arrived up on scene, fire was already there, but the house was already engulfed. Like it was already toast. And it was incredible for me to see law enforcement working alongside with fire, trying to battle this fire.
You mean law enforcement getting in the way, fighting the fire?
That's probably more accurate. That's accurate. But yeah, I don't know what it was about that episode. I guess in my mind, it portrayed a group of people come together to fight this thing. And I've seen it over and over and again, but this episode specifically just stands out. And seeing all these people try to rescue this lady and all the effort that went into it. And of course she ended up losing her life. But yeah, and as soon as we arrived on scene, I mean, we got really close to the flames, and there was vehicles that were also on fire, and they were blowing up. And I was just like, oh shit, this is crazy. And we ended up backing up a little bit, but fire, they were rushing around. They ended up giving the deputy running the, and excuse my terminology, my running the hose basically to the fire hydrant and connecting it. Cooper didn't know what he was doing. He was just like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And the fireman actually ran up and helped do it as well. But it was just cool to see this team effort of people come together and battling this thing. Again, I don't know why that episode specifically stands out in my mind, but it's just one of those, it was a very intense moment for me and everyone that was there. But there have been a lot of other things where, you know, DVs that have been de-escalated, you name it, man. Also a lot of, you know, we've been on other scenes where people lost their lives. Always hectic, always very sad. But yeah, it's hard to pinpoint a certain episode, because for me it all kind of blends in. The recurring theme for me is how these men and women come together and tackle these very intense situations, whereas other people, the civilians, would just fold. They wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. People don't realize the intensity that is felt in that moment.
Yeah.
You know, like there's no training for it. It's just you either have it or you don't. And like you were saying, the intensity of just the flames on that, like people don't realize how fucking hot that is. Oh, and you're running into it, first of all, and I understand you have all this protective gear, but that's insane, like in itself, right?
Well, over the years, like firefighters' protective gear has actually begun to work against us. So if you go back to the 70s, you know, we're losing 100 firefighters a year. Today, with all of our advancements in technology and equipment, we're losing about 100 firefighters a year. But it's because our gear does such a good job of insulating us. We don't realize the danger we're in, right? Like when you're wearing a leather, you know, overcoat, that just starts to get hot. It doesn't feel good to have on your skin, but these cozy turnouts we got now, you could be in 1,000 degrees and maybe not realize it before it's too late. So you just got to be, because it's too comfortable. It's too comfortable, you know?
Really? I mean, saying it's too comfortable in 1,000 degrees.
Dude, I'm telling you,
the heat.
The best indicator we have nowadays is just that hood that we have, because it's the thinnest piece of material you got. And when you're in a 500 degree environment, no big deal. When you're in a 700, no big deal. But you start to get a little bit hotter than that, you begin to get the blisters on your ears, and you start to feel the burns on your skin. And sometimes that's all you got before a flashover or something dangerous happens, you know? So they've almost started to back off how good our gear gets, just because without some sort of indicator that we're in a dangerous environment, firefighters are stupid. We're going to keep...
I mean,
so crazy.
I've had other reasons that could be, but
That's wild.
it never occurred to me it was that.
Crazy.
This explains a lot.
Well, you know, everything's got to be firefighter proof. You know, it's like, you look at our trucks, everything's labeled, everything's color coded.
Wow. I still cannot fathom that degree of just heat. Like that doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't compute. You know, just standing in that is just crazy.
Yeah. It can be hot. It can be real hot.
Yeah, and then I mean I've been to a few fires obviously, but like a trailer fire compared to a house, like the stupid all the insulation they have in those trailers, like it gets even hotter.
Yeah, but
like,
it burns quicker, obviously.
Yeah.
You know,
but
but
it's
yeah,
just
the
like
amount of heat.
It's insanity. So yeah, I feel for you guys. That's the only love I'm going to give you.
That's right, man. Hey.
You can put your head in my lap later.
Fires are predictable, which is what I like about them. An assailant with a gun is not predictable. Like that's wild to me.
See, that's I would rather
Right?
face that.
Absolutely.
You guys are on
It's
your
weird.
own.
Yeah, it's weird. So no, it makes sense.
Wired differently.
You guys have been awesome. I appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We're gonna have to have you out a couple times more.
I'd love that. I will admit, I'm not, as you guys can see, I'm not I past 6 months I've been on camera more because my team were like, dude, every YouTube channel, every successful YouTube channel has a face to the channel. So we're going to need you to be on camera more. I'm like, fuck, dude, last thing I want. So like I said, I enjoy being behind the camera.
Well, it's funny because how I recognized you was with a beard. And then you walk in, I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yes. Yeah. Man, you went back a ways then.
No. Like,
I guess, yeah.
Like
Okay.
that's your pretty recent shit.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe you're just not updating your stuff.
Yeah, no, you're right. 6 months ago, it wasn't very long ago, but
Well, it's 25% of your channel's history.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, I stumble on my words a lot. I'm not a public speaker by any means. I hate being on camera. I hate doing our intros and outros. I just we now throw in because it happens so often. We now throw in the bloopers because it's comical of how shitty at talking I am. But no, I appreciate you guys allowing me to be here today. And if anything got out of my mouth that made sense,
we like it, man. That's the thing, is that's the way we like doing it in person, because it feels more natural, right?
Yeah.
But you're doing a service without really knowing that you're doing a service, right? Being on this side of it, we can see how important it is for what you're doing.
Thank you.
And if you're getting the response that you are, it's because you're doing a good job at it. Because I'll tell you that, I mean, seeing your videos compared to other videos, you can obviously see a quality difference.
And a give a shit difference.
Right.
You know?
But I mean, I grew up watching Cops too. I mean, mine were 80s. Because I
The glory days.
yeah, like real cops, like
Right.
they're still walking around with like revolvers and old school. But it was definitely just a different idea of what you are seeing now. Like, it's crazy.
That's cool.
So
I'm happy to hear that. We definitely try to. A lot of people, at least in the very beginning, we used to tell SOs, "Hey, we're kind of like cops." Well, we've actually stopped saying that because we're not at all like cops. We found out very early on, especially with riding with sheriff's offices in the rural areas, you might go a full day and not get anything. But there's a lot of good interactions with the public. So we're like, fuck, why aren't we putting this out? Who cares about just the crazy, pursuits and all that stuff, running code, all this stuff? Why don't we put out the good interactions that people never see? Sure, is it as sexy as the crazy stuff? No. But it's important. It's important to show this stuff. It shows that not all cops are out there to hem people up. They're just out there doing their job, and they can make people laugh. And why don't we show that stuff? So, past year and a half, that's exactly what we've morphed into, more of the human side, the side that people don't get to see. I already mentioned Cooper Selfield, but he blew up like crazy because there was a lady that he pulled over in her apartment complex. She had 2 felony warrants, but she had just got back from the grocery store, had a car full of groceries, and she also had cats in her house. Cooper, out of the kindness of his heart, was like, "Hey, look, if you give me permission, I'll put all your groceries in your house for you. I'll feed your cats for you." Who the fuck does that? Where can you find online of a cop doing that? You can't. We captured that, and like I said, people just love that.
It actually happens more than you
Right.
know.
100%.
Like that
Exactly.
all the time.
Exactly. It happens.
Just the other night, we transported a lady who passed out, had 3 seizures in front of her kids. And her mom was 20 minutes away. And the captain, the firefighter, stayed on scene at her house watching their kid playing with the toys while we transported mom to the hospital, just so the kid could have something to watch and mom get the care she needed. And the kid wasn't at the hospital scared and confused what was going on with mom. So that kind of stuff happens all the time.
No, that's great.
100%.
I will say my favorite videos to watch are the idiots that won't roll that on their windows.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they're like,
Sovereign citizens.
I fucking
Yeah.
love that stuff.
I know. I love that too. We have had
It's like 3 minutes and you're fucked.
Yes. Unfortunately, we haven't had too many of those since the time I've been filming. But sovereign citizens are an interesting thing. That's for sure.
Sweet.
Nice, dude.
Cool, man. Well, we'll definitely have to have you out again.
I'd
Get
love
some updates on new agencies and new stuff and whatever else.
I'd love that.
Yeah.
You have to come film me and Patrick together.
Yeah.
Well,
We may have to sign a waiver on that one. it might be a little risque.
show you cop and firefighter working together real nice.
Then you're gonna have to start the second responder.
Yeah, I was gonna say, call it only cops.
2RN.
Only cops.
Cops only. Is it OnlyFans or fans only?
OnlyFans.
Is it? Like, you don't know. Come on. Who are you
I don't know. This guy.
trying to kid? Is it fans only? Stop.
Stop embarrassing me. All right. Cool. All right. Well, we will see you on the next episode, and hopefully you guys enjoy that.